if you're a technophobe, I'm not particularly great, I promise you. I might do this for a living, but as soon as anything out of the ordinary happens, I'm like, whoa, 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 who can I ask? But if you really, really do struggle with technology, lockdown is particularly tough with the amount of virtual gatherings and video chats and all that sort of thing going on at the moment. But for one group of over 55s in Gloucester, the good old telephone is helping keep people connected and has been used for a jolly jukebox service. Footlights is basically a friendship group which is usually based at St Barnabas Hall in Tuffley, but now they're meeting in other ways, sometimes even with the group's founder singing down the phone line, as Rich Holmes from the Gloucester Community Building Collective has been finding out.
I'm Lorraine Campbell. It's nice to talk to you, Richard. I live in Foxarms Road and I am the chair and secretary of Footlights.
So how are you managing to stay connected when you can't be physically together?
Well, a lot of our footlighters don't have all this modern technology that we are now talking to on. But having said that, there's the old-fashioned phone, and we phone our footlighters, 3 or 4 of them a day, and make sure they're all okay. And sometimes we sing a song down the phone if they so wish it. If there are any requests, we have our jolly jukebox service. So if there's any particular songs they'd like to hear, either me or my husband Ross will sing to them down the phone. And actually the most popular choice is Ken Dodd's Happiness. That seems to be a good one. So yeah, we do a rendition of that.
Happiness, happiness, the greatest gift that I possess.
And we sing happy birthday to anyone who's having a special birthday. And all birthdays are special, aren't they? But yes, we do that, and we send emails, we send texts, and we do what we can to keep everybody together.
So a little bird tells me that you've also been connecting to a local care home and you've been singing for them as well. So tell me a little bit about that work.
That's right, Rich. In fact, it was something we do at Footlights. We go out to care homes and do a little sing-along session, and there's several that we visit throughout the city. And I had a request from Chapel House Care Home, which is near the hospital. I've been there 3 or 4 times doing different themes, Christmas or country and western or rock and roll, whatever it happened to be. And so I know the folk there pretty well. And they had asked me if I would sing at their VE Day party. But obviously, when the situation arose, I wasn't thinking that would be going ahead, but I'm delighted to report that because Chapel House is COVID-free and because they have a large garden, it was able to go ahead, and I was able to safely visit and have a sing-along session with them, and it was such an honour and a privilege to spend that special time with them. Lovely people, and well done to Ruth and Anthony and all the team at Chapel House, and a special hello to Antelina.
What might be your dream when COVID-19 finishes and we're allowed to meet again, as Vera Lynn would say?
My dream would be that everyone can meet again safely and in a comfortable way. I think confidence is going to be a big issue from talking to all the footlighters, and there are 70 of them. You know, it's quite a broad spectrum of personalities and age groups. But yeah, I think to meet safely would be my dream, and also, and more specifically, Rich, I would like to launch the Foxarms Road Friendship Footlights Nostalgia Garden. I think my experience at Chapel House made me realise that it is possible to meet safely and in the open air. Obviously, now this has been confirmed that this is okay with minimal risk. And so I would like to work on getting my garden tidy. I've got plenty of time to do it, haven't I? And to have maybe a table at a time. Obviously, not all the footlighters could meet at one time. I think it's going to be a long time before we can meet in large numbers again. But I think 10 at a time, maybe one table at a time, for tea, cake, chat, a quiz, a bit of a sing-along, and a mooch around the garden, have a look at the plants. I think that sounds the way forward, and that's what I'm hoping for and praying for.
Brilliant. Lorraine Campbell from Footlights, this friendship group, usually based at St Barnabas Hall in Tuffley, but now meeting literally virtually over the phone there, talking to Rich Holmes from the Gloucester Community Building Collective, who are exploring what can bring streets closer together whilst we're still being asked to stay physically apart.